Creepers. Good morning, afternoon, or evening to you for tuning in, creeping with. I'm a little winded. We've been riding for a while. We're back on the Creeper Cruiser, going down the old rail line. That's right, we're on the Springwater Corridor. The sun is a-blazing. It's going to be a little bit cooler than it has been, so we're doing some creeping into Portland. That's right, I'm heading up to Lincoln Memorial Cemetery to document a few headstones. We've been there many a times over the years, but as I went back and looked at some of the videos, the camera was a little wonky. The new camera, I kind of want to document things again, so stay tuned. We're doing some creeping. It's early, it's going to be hot. I probably have to take off the hoodie, but it feels great at the moment. So stay tuned. We're heading up to the final resting place to a lot of famous folks you probably have heard of. Stay tuned. The bridge looks nice too. They just redid it. All right, we're creeping. Yep, we got to get up early and get in some creeping before that sun pokes its ugly head up for the day. And this new wood smells really good on the bridge. All right, we got a ways to go yet, but it's nice out. I'm caffeinated, and we are a-creeping. Yep, it's beautiful out this morning. And you guys are the best for being here. Got a ways to go, and also an enormous hill to climb. I'll show you when we get to the top, if we make it. Wow, that hill is no joke. We got to climb still a bunch more. I had to stop. It's just blazing right now. I normally can ride it, and I was riding it for a minute until I lost my footing, and then I immediately couldn't get back on it because it's just so steep, and going down is even more dangerous. There's no real, I mean, here there's sidewalk, but once you get down there, there's no like real way to avoid the traffic. You just got to make sure the cars can see you. We got to go way up this hill still. So when we get to the top, we'll get back into the creeping, but I gotta turn this off for now and climb this hill. Oh my gosh. I just remembered I didn't bring any water either. What a bonehead. But check out these views of downtown. You can see the coin tower off in the distance if you look real close. And the landscape of the city. But we got to be careful. This is like the world's most dangerous intersection. We got people coming down here. These people turn here and come down, and then these cars come in from this way. So be careful. We got the Willamette National Cemetery right behind us here, and the sun is peeking up very quick. So got to make our way over here and visit a few headstones. It's been a while. But yeah, this is all Lincoln Memorial here. So we'll make our way to the main gate. Now, climbed up a little bit farther now. Check out this view now. You can really see downtown. Yep, worth the climb. And as stated, it's been a while since I've been up here to document folks' final resting places. So let's check it out. Again, we have arrived at the beautiful Lincoln Memorial here in Portland, Oregon, southeast. And our first headstone that we will feature today is the final resting place to Bob Moore and his wife Charlie, who last time we were here, his wife Charlie was buried and had died since, well, had been here since 2018. And if you guys can see here, founders of Bob's Red Mill Natural Foods, which is still rocking to this day. The old Bob here passed away February 10th of 2024. Take the millstones and grind the meal. That's so good. Yeah, he founded Bob's Red Mill, the healthy grain company, and had a restaurant, a few restaurants out here as well. As you can see, it's got the big, wheel that grinds all the grains. He had a really nice book that he wrote talking about, well, a nice story about a book that he found about finding the old grain mill and really making it a full company, taking care of a lot of people over the years. So truly missed. And his death was not on here last time, so good to get him back on the vlog. Rest in peace to Bob and his wife. Many of folks that love your oatmeal, so dang good, especially the ones with the I think it's like a chia or a flaxseed. Pretty good. All right, a ton more folks buried here, and it's such a beautiful cemetery. So rest in peace to Bob and his wife. Bob's Red Mill. All right, so the next headstones I want to visit again are way up here by the office, I believe. And I forgot they had this big pond out here, or maybe this is a new feature since we've been out here. Very pretty though. There's even some ducks in there. Yeah, it's just a beautiful cemetery. Portland crows agree. All right, we're heading up closer towards the office if my Columbo-like research serves me right. All right, just cruised up a ways to another section here. Right next to the offices is the final resting place to, you guys ready for this? Knock, knock. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up to a happy day. That's right, none other than Mr. Tom Peterson and Gloria too. Yep. If you guys don't know, or you do know, Mr. Peterson was known for his commercials, hence the knock knock wake up was one of his little pitches. Another one was free, was a very good price. And you, at one point in the late 80s, early 90s, would see Tom in his picture, his face with that famous haircut, all over Southeast Portland. Him and his wife Gloria owning Tom Peterson's. Later on changing the name to Tom Peterson's and gloriastoo. They were very avid, iconic people of Portland. And when I say avid lovers of Portland wrestling and all things to do with Tom's, pitchman style, where he would pitch his commercials early in the morning, late at night on TV while you were watching all the old Portland wrestling. He actually, helped fund a lot of those events and is known and loved and missed by a ton of Portlanders. And I loved seeing his commercials. I lived on 67th and Herald, which was right up the street from which is now dubbed Peterson Plaza. In fact, behind Peterson Plaza, a gentleman has given Tom and his wife a ton of love and recreating one of the original signs. But you pretty much could not go anywhere in Southeast without seeing Tom in his iconic military style haircut, which at one point he would offer guests. And also he had a trolley. You could ride a little trolley right up Foster to his second location, which was a home appliances. So at one point he had Tom Peterson's and Gloria's too across the street. So he basically took over that whole plaza there, and he was so awesome. In fact, I recently was gifted a Tom Peterson sticker by a really cool creeper who creeps with us. He actually has permission from the family, was gifted the rights to kind of, recreate a lot of the merchandise. So if you want a hat or a mug or a shirt, leave a comment. He'll probably see it, or I can see it, and I can leave that, link via Instagram or however you want to do it. But yeah, Tom Peterson's and gloriastoo, where free is a very good price. And as Tom would say, to come up here on a beautiful day, it was worth the trip. Yeah, I recently got gifted a Tom Peterson sticker here. So you would see his iconic sticker all over Portland. Or, you know, his face on all the signs and all the businesses that he owned. Pretty dang neat. All right, there's a few more headstones I want to visit. It's been a while, but I'm glad to have documented them. They're really loved by a lot of Portlanders. All right, I actually just totally messed up, so I popped into the office here, which the people working were so dang nice. They actually gave me a bottle of water. They said, man, it's hot as heck. Can you just climb that hill? I said, I sure did. And I'm really glad I came up here too, because not only did they direct me to the headstone that I wanted to find, they actually showed me another one too that I've been wanting to come. Well, I actually never saw it, but I do want to see it now. And now that I think about it, I think somebody did tell me about the memorial that they placed here for Darcelle as well. It's not technically her headstone, but it is a memorial that she purchased for people that had lost their lives to breast cancer and AIDS. So we're going to check that out as well. And I also found a few other Portlanders, so I'm going to drink a little water and make our way down. We are here at the funeral offices. We got to go take the orange route down to Hilltop, Garden of Hope. All right, found it. Man, I was way off. I thought it was on the other side. But we have arrived to the final resting place of Ruth Flora Beecher. And if you guys recognize the name or you don't, you may now. This is the final resting place to Walt Disney's sister, who the Disney family actually had a house. It's still owned by the Disney family. I make sure my bike was there. I didn't see it because of the big headphone. It's still actually in the Disney family name over on Southeast Morrison. They actually own 2 properties, and the house that still sits there was once the home to Elias Disney and his wife, and for many years it was the residence also to Walt Disney's sister right here, who is buried amongst the rest of the family. 1903 to 1995. Wife, brother, grandmother, beloved sister of none other than Walt Disney. What a beautiful headstone too, with all the roses. And she did not like the lime life. She did not want to be really recognized as I wouldn't say as a member of the Disney family, but she kind of lived a low-key lifestyle. The rest of the family here as well. Looks like somebody put in some really nice flowers for the family. There you have it. A lot of connections with the Disney family to Portland. Another interesting tidbit, Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons, being from here, eventually selling the rights to Disney of The Simpsons. So rest in peace to Ruth. Walt Disney. Wow. Incredible. All right, moving on. There's a few more things that I want to document and show you guys while we're up here. There you have it, the final resting place to Walt Disney's sister, Ruth Flora Beecher, 1903, 1995. Rest in peace. Yeah, a ton of connections to the Disney family. in Portland. Also a fun fact, Walt Disney gifting University of Oregon the rights to use Donald as their mascot. Years later, Disney saying, nah, you can't use his likeness. Found some pictures of Walt Disney himself shaking hands and kind of using that as a look me in the eye old handshake honor that Donald Duck could be used for Oregon. And also the Disney house from here. Not too far from here, I should say. Pretty dang neat. All right, moving on. All right, I found it. Look at how beautiful this is. Wow. So if you guys don't know, or you do know, as I've been saying, Darcelle, Portland's iconic drag queen performer, actually the longest running drag performance when she was alive in the country, in the world, I believe. And this is incredible to honor those remembering our roots, and we honor our loved ones' efforts of the caregivers and activists who fight the disease, and to recognize celebrating our growth as by commemorating the partners, family, friends, respond daily to support, counsel, and the ongoing crisis, funded by donations made through the Oregon AIDS Memorial Incorporated, with special thanks to Lincoln Memorial Park and Funeral Home. And as you can see, it's got the beautiful Darcelle, which Darcelle's a very iconic Portland club. Walter Cole opening Darcelle's, kind of first of its kind, a way for artists to perform drag queens, I believe is the correct terminology. Kind of paving the path, well, not kind of, really paving the path for the entertainers now in Portland. A lot bigger than when she started. And in fact, Darcelle's still up and running. Across the way over on Southwest 10th is the location to the brand new Darcelle Plaza, which is going to be a great look, a stage, a community gathering place for people to feel welcome of all kind. So how incredible is that? I wish I would have brought some roses to lay here. But yeah, Darcelle AIDS Memorial. How beautiful. And he is truly missed by a lot of Portlanders, if you guys know. The love for Portland and all the icons. And there you have it. Rest in peace, Darcelle. I'll probably use this as the thumbnail because it is so beautiful. Rest in peace. Gone, but definitely not forgotten, especially with all the monuments and things that people have dedicated to you around town. Walter Cole, rest in peace. Got the Creeper Cruiser parked here on the Hilltop Memorial side, and we're going to go in. I believe this is it. I'm running off of an old map, which they're very helpful down at the office, though. That's just me. I'm a bonehead. Don't get my bearings right sometimes, but we're going to creep in here and find the final resting place to a gentleman that you may probably have heard of, again, as I keep saying, the grave to Mr. Walter Sherman Elmer. That's right, Elmer's Pancake and Steakhouse. I love that place. Let's go check it out. Yep, the final resting place to Walter Sherman Elmer and his wife Dorothy. And you guys will probably recognize the last name immediately, Elmer, representing Elmer Steakhouse. Walter Sherman Elmer, born April 19th, 1905, passed away January 9th of 1997. Owner and operator of Elmer's Pancake and Steakhouse, which is an iconic piece of Portland. And if you guys know, Elmer's is doing really good, known for their incredibly awesome pancakes and all their good nostalgic. I love the scenery. I always eat at the Gresham one too and sit next to the fire during the holidays. It's so nice. But what a great man to bring such an incredible business to Portland, buying the pancake recipe for like $100, I think it was. I'll insert some more information in the description. But yeah, final resting place to Walter Sherman Elmer of Elmer's Pancake and Steakhouse. Pretty dang cool. and I love their food. In fact, Elmer's is doing really good. They're taking over a lot of the Sherry's restaurants. The old abandoned Sherry's restaurants are turning into Elmer's Pancake and Steakhouse, which they have the best, some of the best pancakes. All right, that's gonna do it from up top here at Lincoln Memorial Cemetery. The Hilltop Memorial is where he's buried. If you guys need to, you can stop in the office and check in. They'll give you a map. And yeah, a lot of iconic Portlanders, but it is cooking. I got to get some water in me and head back to the Creeper Cave. But what an amazing cemetery to have so many notable people that we've cherished and loved in Portland that are no longer with us. But the reason why I come up here and also do other headstones is because people are never really gone. You know, their memories stay alive by us documenting their final resting places and just saying their name. So they may be gone here physically, but their spirit is always alive. All right, we got a ways to get back to the Creeper Cave. But how incredible. Chime in. Let me know who else you guys know who's buried here. Notable Portlanders. Very cool. Got the mausoleum now. And really, I just wanted to say rest in peace to everybody buried here, really. You don't have to be, you know, famous to be loved, missed by others. I could be wrong, but I think my friend Marie's mom's buried here as well, so rest in peace to you. All right, we're out of here. Back to the Creeper Cave. I thought this was pretty cool too. All these headstones are all shaped like pagodas. They actually call this the pagoda section. And they have this beautiful pagoda here as well. I don't think this was here last time. Or maybe I just didn't journey up this far. Yeah, all these headstones all throughout here, all these pagoda shaped. Pretty neat. That's going to do it for today. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. That'll dial you into being a creeper today. You can also ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. And if you did enjoy this, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Till next time, Creeper out for now. Peace! Creeps, the rest of